Generative AI, it's just this incredible technology, right? It feels like it changed everything overnight. I mean, it can understand what you're saying, like in plain English. You can ask it to whip up a whole document from just a simple idea or, get this, summarize a huge, massive report for you. It is some seriously powerful stuff. But of course, all that advanced tech comes with a cost, a big one. And well, someone's got to pay the bills, right? The real problem, though, is that you might be the one paying the bill for someone else who's just hitching a free ride on your dime. And when I say a big cost, I mean staggering. Get this. One report found that this kind of unauthorized use could cost your organization up to $46,000 a day. Let that sink in for a second. That is a ton of money for a service you're not even using. So there's a name for this kind of attack. It's called LLMjacking. And it's actually pretty straightforward when you break it down. You've got LLM for, the large language model that powers these AI tools, and jacking because, well, attackers are literally hijacking your cloud environment and leaving you holding the bag. All right, let's really get into how this works. So how does an attack like this actually happen? You might be surprised to learn it all starts with what seems like a simple, tiny oversight, but it can quickly spiral into a huge security and financial nightmare. Okay, think of it like an AI heist. It basically breaks down into 4 steps. First, the attacker scouts for a target, an unsecured cloud instance that you own. Step 2, they find a way in. They gain access. Third, they go shopping in a model repository, pick out an LLM they like, and just download it right into your system. And finally, with just a few tweaks, boom, they're up and running, operating their own AI service, and it's all on your dime. So how are they getting in exactly? Well, there are usually 3 common ways. They might exploit a known software vulnerability that just hasn't been patched yet, or they could take advantage of a simple misconfiguration in your cloud setup, where things weren't locked down quite right, or, and this one is huge, they can just waltz right in using stolen credentials. And look, this isn't some theoretical threat. This is real. A recent report, you won't believe this, found 12,000 API keys and passwords just sitting there, publicly available, inside the training data of a super popular LLM. You could literally just ask the AI for them, and it would spit them right out. That's how scary easy it can be for credentials to get exposed. But wait, the attack doesn't even stop there. To actually make money off this, the attacker sets up something called a reverse proxy. This is just a clever way for them to sell access to the AI model they've installed in your environment to a bunch of other people. So think about that. Not only are they making you pay the bill, they're taking that service and putting cash from it directly into their own pockets. Okay, so now that we know how this whole thing works, let's talk about what really matters, building your defense. We're going to go through the playbook you need to really strengthen your security. The key here is that your defense has to be multi-layered. It's not just one thing. It starts with locking down your credentials. Then you've got to find any unauthorized shadow AI in your environment. After that, it's about proactively managing vulnerabilities, fixing those cloud misconfigurations, and, of course, constantly, and I mean constantly, monitoring your accounts for anything that looks weird. All right, let's start with the basics, credentials. We're talking API keys, passwords, anything that grants access. In the security world, these are often just called secrets, and you really need to treat them that way. The best practice here is to use a secure vault for what's called secrets management. Think of it like this. It's locking your digital front door and making absolutely sure only you have the keys. Now, I want you to think about this for a second. There's a saying, you can't secure what you can't see. So the really big question is, do you actually know every single AI model that's running in your environment, right this very minute? And that brings us to this idea of shadow AI. It's exactly what it sounds like, any AI model running in your environment that you just don't know about. Now, sometimes it's totally harmless, right? Maybe an employee is just experimenting with something, but other times it's a malicious model an attacker put there. And here's the thing, either way, you have to find it before you can even begin to secure it. This is where having the right tools in your corner becomes absolutely essential. Secrets management tools, that's your secure vault for your keys. Vulnerability management tools, they help you patch up those software weak spots we talked about. Then you've got Cloud Security Posture Management, or CSPM, which is designed to find those little misconfigurations that attackers just love to exploit. And finally, you have CM tools, which are basically your 24/7 security guard, monitoring everything for the telltale signs of an attack. So what exactly are you looking for? What are the red flags? Well, first, keep a close eye on your usage records. If an instance that's normally pretty quiet suddenly has a massive spike in activity, that's a big red flag. Second, look at your cloud bill. If you're suddenly looking at a bill for $46,000 a day, yeah, something is definitely wrong. And of course, always monitor for any weird or unusual login patterns. All of these are classic signs of a potential LLM jacking attack. All right, so let's wrap this all up with a quick checklist. What are the key takeaways here? Really, the core of it all is just vigilance. It means lock down your secrets, discover all the AI running in your environment, patch your software, fix your misconfigurations, and then monitor, monitor, monitor. Look, generative AI is an unbelievably powerful tool, and it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. But as you bring it more and more into your world, it's really worth stopping to ask yourself a critical question. Your AI is powerful, no doubt about it. But is it secure?